might be asking yourselves why we would do this when we've got a couple other projects already going, but sometimes there's a deal you just can't pass up. The car in question is right behind me, a 98 SALEEN. For those of you who may or may not be familiar with that, it's along the lines of the Shelby and the Roush, probably the lesser known of the three. Started by a company in 1984. Steve Saleen was an American car racer. Started his own building and has evolved where he does trucks, race cars, and even the one-of-a-kind S3 supercar now. This one we may have overpaid a little bit for, but we're going to tell you some stats about it, and maybe you'll see why we had to pull the trigger. One of the first things you notice right off is the distinctive SALEEN rear wing. SALEEN makes their own body kits that are unique to their vehicles. You can get them from them direct, or when you buy them at the dealership, they come pre-equipped. Besides the rear wing, you can see the side skirt, kind of reminiscent of the Fox body style GT's side skirt. This particular one on the front, it's got a reproduction front end clip there. You can obviously see that in the gray. We have the original, but unfortunately that centerpiece that I'm looking at right now, whoever owned it before has damaged that and then tried to cut it out to make it look normal. We do have the original bumper with the number, but I don't think we're going to be able to use that. We'll probably have to reorder from SALEEN direct. Some of the signature SALEEN features, you can see their number here, the S281. That stands for 281 cubic inch. This is a 4.6 liter 2-valve, which was what was on the GT, as you can see there on the badge in the 90s. This one's in laser red, and I mention that only because here in a minute we'll tell you the story of this particular model. So obviously the first thing we did when we purchased this car was check for the under hood SALEEN badge that they tag all their cars with to verify that it was in fact a real SALEEN and not just a body kit. Chaz wrote to or emailed SALEEN company and received a response from Molly SALEEN, of all people, the daughter of the founder, who was able to confirm based on the serial number that this was one of their vehicles that they produced in-house and sold. After doing that, we contacted the SALEEN Club of America and were fortunate enough to get a response from Dave, who I believe is the president or one of the founding members. The information that he sent us was in 1998, SALEEN Performance produced an estimated 9 laser red S281 coupes. Those were based on the GT chassis. Of those 9, 8 of them had black interiors. One had what they called saddle. You can see here, this is the saddle interior. So out of 9 produced, this particular one is the only one that came with the saddle or tan interior. And you can see there's a nice shot of the original floor mats that did come from SALEEN with the vehicle. Of the 9 laser red S281 4.6 2-valve coupes, 1 had an automatic transmission. And again, you can see that this is that one of 9 that had the automatic transmission and the saddle interior. Of the 9, 6 had 351 or 355, I'm sorry, to 1 gears. Based on the serial number and the information, year 1998, number 0169 S281 is the laser red paint, saddle interior, automatic transmission with 355 to 1 gears. So, based on that information, you can see that when you have the opportunity to buy a one-of-one SALEEN Mustang in pretty much any condition, you can expect to pull the deal. This one, it does run and drive. First thing we've got to do is it's got a power steering rack leak, so look for a video on that coming soon. Here's a shot of the 4.6 liter 2-valve engine, and the close-up here will zoom in and get you a shot of the SALEEN badging. And you can see it is the original, still riveted and right where it ought to be. There's a second one that goes inside that apparently we lost along the way. Don't know if we can get reproduction on that yet. And you can see it's a little dirty and needs some TLC. Again, we mentioned the power steering rack. We will be doing the struts. We'll have a whole video probably on the struts. There's some unique features about the SALEEN model for this year and why we have to replace those. This is Chaz's project, so in his mind this will be a full restoration. This is his someday car, as he likes to put it, that he'll probably have until he's old and gray, and hopefully it won't take him that long to get it done. You can see the wheels. I'll zoom in for you. We've got, again, whoever owned it, we believe it was a teenager who owned it prior to the person that we bought it from. Managed to road rash all 4 rims. And for some reason took the original SALEEN rims off. So if you know a good deal on SALEEN rims, we're in search of those. This is one that the previous owner restored a little bit. He just sanded it down with a grinder and then painted it gray. Probably not too concerned about trying to match the other ones up. We'll want to be replacing them with the actual SALEEN wheels when that appropriate time comes. Here's a quick walk around. Some features, you can see the vents that are unique to SALEEN here on the rear. Again, we mentioned the oversized wing. The SALEEN badging here on the door. Again, this one's pretty old and faded and needs to be replaced. But you can also see the ground effects that they put on. On the hood, that's just the stock factory vent that came on the 98s. And then the signature SALEEN S281 badging there. Again, this side's a little worse than the other side. She will need a complete repaint. We're going to, obviously, based on the rarity of the combinations, we'll keep this one as a laser red when that time comes. Mostly looking to do just a restoration. We're going to keep the interior. We may have to reupholster the front seats here on the driver's side. I mean, it's not super bad, but you can see it is worn. When we take it to the shop, we'll see what they can do. One of the first things that Chaz wanted, he said, that makes it cool is the SALEEN badge on the window, the window banner. So that was the first restoration of this vehicle. It's direct from SALEEN. We'll probably have to order another one. We're not really graphics people, so you can see some imperfections on the spacing there. But it does make it stand out and let you know loud and proud that it is a authentic SALEEN Mustang. There's not too many places where you can actually see the original color. That was a little dirty. It's been sitting outside. But you can see when you do have it all polished up, it will look pretty nice and unique. So that's this week's story. Let us know. This is going to be another full restoration because, well, we just have too many projects and too much time on our hands, apparently. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of the SALEEN compared to the other specialty models, Shelby, Roush. Thanks for watching, and as always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.